Hey everybody, just wanted to make a really short video on something about the Axial Ryft. RC Sparks just released a new video today. Highly recommend you go check it out. Does a little bit of explanation on what he's doing with this car. Really quickly, something that he did but didn't kind of failed to mention in his video, which I have highlighted a little bit in mine, but really wanted to make a standout point here, was the sway bar that comes with this, the optional sway bar that you can order. Runs off this mount right here. In RC Sparks' video, he's actually taken this piece. You can actually see there, it splits into two different pieces. He took this piece off because he was running double shocks. So if you see, the shock mounting tower is actually right up here, and it mounts to the lower link right here. So there's not actually enough room to run a shock from here down without interfering with this piece right here. This is a reason where I actually had my shocks not in this tower, but in this tower, just leaned forward, and I actually had a little bit of clearance issues there with the preload ring, things like that. If you're wanting to run dual shocks on the back of your Ryft, you're going to want to either do what RC Sparks did and run a super stiff setup with a dual setup where one is built to handle some of the torque twist, or you're going to want to do something like I did with my sway bar. Definitely not the prettiest option, and I'm sure that there will be an aftermarket solution that's a little bit better, but I just drilled a hole straight through my fuel cell and I used a Yeti rear sway bar. If you're wanting to run a single shock application in the rear only, then you're going to be good to go. You can use the axial setup, because basically the sway bar goes through this right here, and you'll have to use these two screws right here to use that setup. If you're wanting to run dual shock, you'll have to fab up another sway bar setup. Highly recommend this. This is a Yeti rear sway bar, the soft, and I just custom made some links here and they mount in the correct position. It works really well, and if you want to run dual shocks and you're going to handle the torque twist by the shock setup, just remove this piece of plastic and add your second shock in. Just a short little information about the sway bar and rear shock setup. Thanks everybody. Make sure you're subscribed, follow the podcast, and give this video a like, share it out, do all that kind of fun stuff. Thanks everybody.